Hello and welcome to week 2 of Introduction to Early Childhood Education. So this semester I'm going to try my best to do a weekly video announcement to kind of explain what it is that you're going to be learning about, explain any assignments that you're going to have, and just kind of keep in touch with you. So as I said, I'm going to do my best. However, if there are any weeks where I'm not able to upload a video announcement, rest assured that the weekly announcements are extremely detailed, so you will never be wondering about what is going on. So first I wanted to say welcome, as I have been responding to each of you on your introduction on the discussion board. So it's been wonderful getting to know each of you virtually, and I've loved watching the interaction that you've already started among each other. I am a huge believer in making sure that our learning classrooms, whether they are face-to-face or online, are real communities, because the only other people who understand exactly what it is that you're doing in this class are your classmates. So hopefully you'll keep up that same interaction as we go throughout the course. So most weeks you will have a discussion board that you're going to be doing, but just make sure to check that weekly announcement each week, because sometimes there may be a different activity, or there's going to be some weeks where you're not required to respond to classmates, you just need to post your own response. So those weekly announcements are going to be really helpful in making sure that you are on top of everything that you need. So for this week, you're going to be jumping into chapter 2, and this is getting into actually the second unit of the book, where we're talking about the people who are involved in early childhood education. So most appropriately, the first chapter you're going to read about in this section are the children. So this is a great chapter that's full of some really fantastic information concerning children, concerning inclusion, and concerning play. So what I wanted to do was to show you in Blackboard what it is that you're going to be doing this week. But really what I want you to remember most from this chapter is that everything we talk about should be applied to all children. This program is not set up for special education. There is one class in this program, which is CHD 210, called the Exceptional Child, that really focuses on children with disabilities. This chapter is just going to kind of touch on it a little bit, but really the focus is making sure that all children are included. And that's something we should do whether we have children in our classroom that have identified disabilities or not. The other thing that I think is really important in this chapter is talking about play. You're going to find as you go throughout this program that we think that play is by far the best way for children to learn. There really isn't anything that children can't learn through play. When they are playing with blocks, then they're already starting to learn about geometry. When they're playing with Play-Doh, they're learning about textures and colors. So this chapter does a good job of not only talking about play, but introducing you to different stages of play. And I think that's really important as we're looking at young children, because so many times children are forced into a social situation where they're supposed to play and they're not quite ready for it yet. So this week I'm going to have you looking at both of those aspects, quality education and instruction for all children as well as play. So when you go into Blackboard this week, you are going to see under course content, you're going to get to our second section, which hopefully is going to pop up for us, called the children. So when you click on this, you're going to see here's the PowerPoint for the week. And here's the things you're going to be doing. Obviously, reading chapter 2, reviewing the PowerPoint slides. There's a video that you're going to be watching on play, and that's what you're going to respond to on the discussion board. And then working on your first assignment, which is the inclusion project. So let me skip past the inclusion project for just a moment, just to show you, here's the video that you're going to watch. I uploaded it through YouTube, so everyone should be able to access it. But if for some reason you can't, please let me know, and I'll try and find an alternate way to display it for you. So after you watch it, you're going to need to go to the discussion board where there's questions. Really, it's one main question about what was your thoughts about this particular video. I think it's a really reflective kind of piece, and it makes us think about what play was like when we were growing up as opposed to what it's like now. So nothing really taxing, but I think it's something that's really important to talk about. So the Inclusion Project is a project. It was originally developed through VCU as part of a grant. And even though the grant ended, it's something I think is really important, and I think it's a great assignment. So what you're going to be doing with this is there are 2 videos you're going to watch. They're both very short, and they're going to have some questions for you to answer. And then there is an article that you're going to read with some questions that you are going to answer. But I've tried to make it as easy for you to follow as possible. So what you're going to find when you click on this link here, which is the actual booklet, you're going to see that here's the first video that you need to view, and then here are the questions that you're going to answer. Then there's another video that you're going to watch, and then there's 2 questions that you're going to answer, and those questions are later in this packet. And then after you've watched the 2 videos, you're going to kind of compare and contrast them based on what you think is kind of the most important, which one of the videos you liked the best. And then finally, here are the questions that you're going to answer for the article that's actually in this particular packet. These are the 2 questions that go with the second video. And seeing the way that this packet is set up, you're probably, hopefully, going to appreciate that I made a template so that you kind of follow everything in the right order and you're sure that you have everything. And then this is the article that you're actually going to read at the end, where you have those 6 questions. So that is the packet that you need to go through. But then here's the template that I created for you. So when you open up the template, it's a Microsoft Word document. So you're going to see that I tried to take everything from the packet and put it into a more manageable format, where all you have to do are just type your answers directly into it. So these are the questions that go with the first video. These were the 2 questions that went with the second video. Here's where you need to compare and contrast the 2 videos. And then finally, here are the questions that go with the article that is in your packet. So that really is all that you have to do for class this week. The Inclusion Project is not due for a couple of weeks, but I encourage you that as soon as you are able to get it done, go ahead and get it uploaded and get it out of the way. Hopefully you saw on Blackboard that under the assignments, the Inclusion Project, this is where you actually are going to upload your project when you're finished. And here are the 2 videos. Here's the direct links to them. So when you are ready to upload it, this is going to be available for you. All you have to do is when you click on it, there's going to be a place where you can attach your Microsoft Word document. And then all you have to do is click submit. So, and remember that there's always, if you're ever concerned or wondering when things are due, that's why I have this link here, the assignment due date. So you're going to see that the Inclusion Project is due by midnight on January 28th. But again, it's not anything that's going to be really time consuming. So as we're at the beginning of the semester, I suggest going ahead and getting started and just kind of getting it out of the way. So I think that's it for week 2. Enjoy getting into the meat of the course where we're going to talk about the children. As always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me, and I will see you in week 3.